Ellen Langlois. I'm the HCM lead here at Pike. Thank you all for joining today. Pike is a construction utility company, so we partner with large utility providers to support any design, construction, maintenance needs of our nation's infrastructure network. Our main focus is to provide transmission, distribution, substation, and renewables maintenance for things like the electrical grid or renewable energy, natural gas distribution, storm response, as well as project management services. Let me give you a brief history. We went live with cloud in May of 2017, and our footprint includes both HCM and ERP. On the HCM side, we're running core HR, benefits, OTL, absences, performance management, self-service, and payroll, including union payroll. On the ERP side, we're running all the finance modules and PPMs, so it's everything from AP and AR, GL, to project management, billing, controls, and costing. Our quarterly patch testing used to be more business-led, and we were relying nearly 100% on our users to do the testing. The approach was to start with staging timesheets. Then we would enter as many scenarios as we could think of. Then we'd process payroll, we'd run costing, we'd do the invoicing, and we'd review those results. So this was taking a cross-functional team of about 25 people's undivided attention for 2 weeks every quarter. It was 2,000 man hours at a minimum every quarter. It was very detailed, it was very tightly orchestrated, and you had to do that in order to squeeze everything into your 2-week testing window. And after a couple years of that, our users were burning out. We were so focused on regression testing, we did not take new features or uptake the enhancements. At one point, we did try to build some RPA bots to do some automated testing. But if they broke or if something changed in the UI, we found ourselves spending more time fixing the bot than it would take to just do that test manually. So we were at a point in our cultural journey where we need to do some kind of cultural mind shift. These quarterly patches can be a big deal. They can be very intense, and the business had such a heavy lift that even our technical development team was becoming more techno-functional just to help out. And just simply due to the speed and pace of patching, we really needed a better understanding of what our critical processes were and how to prioritize them accordingly. So that brings me to my second point. Reality was also staring us in the face, and by that I mean mobile responsive UI was becoming more and more imminent. We knew we needed a different testing strategy. We could either rebuild our RPA bots with mobile responsive in mind, or we could do something completely different. Around the same time, this was about last summer at OHUG, we met Lavinia and the Snaretech team. We decided to move forward with a partnership. We kicked off our onboarding right after we were live with 19C. And we started by focusing on individual unit tests. We got about 3 or 4 weeks into that and decided to change course a bit and take a much broader end-to-end approach. So for example, instead of having one script to hire a person and another script to do a salary change and another script to process a life event, we started building what we call end-to-end scripts. So we had one single script that would take care of hiring the person, adding the context, adding the benefit group, enrolling the person in benefits, and enrolling them in their accrual plan. And then we had a collection of end-to-end scripts that was a full representation of what our business users do every day in the system. With that, coupled with the payroll validation tool, we're able to quickly identify anomalies in any kind of processing, whether it be HCM, payroll, or finance, PPM. We ended up deploying mobile responsive in between 19C and 19D, and then Snaretech was live by 19D to help us through that. And they've also done the bulk of our testing for 20A, and we are just now gearing up for 20B. We are much better positioned at this point to understand and plan for any new features well in advance. We're actually to test new features during our 2-week window instead of fully concentrated on regression testing. We've also freed up our business users quite a bit. It is not nearly as intense on our business users as it used to be. We've also freed up IT, frankly. IT is better able to focus on any production support issues or other projects that we might have going on in parallel to patch testing. We're also able to reuse our scripts. So the same scripts, same batch of end-to-end scripts I mentioned before, we can use those for other special projects outside of patch testing, which has been very helpful. And ultimately, we now have a trusted partner. The Sonera team knows our business processes just as well as we do. They're able to help us point out gaps where we might have overlooked something. Every quarter, things just seem to improve. We learn lessons. We get better at this.